Hey loves, this is Bobby, and I am here with another graphic novel book haul. The comic book shop that I bought most of my other ones from my other video in, they started doing the live sales again, and this last one I picked up a lot of new, graphic novels that I'm really excited for. Um, and the comic book shop that I get them from is Pulp Fiction Comics in Long Beach, California. They do the live stream sales on their Instagram and Facebook, and they ship to all over the United States for $5 when it comes to the graphic novels, because there's issues with shipping actual comic books because they have advertisements in it. So those, I believe, are $8 when they do shipping for those, but all the graphic novels they ship for $5. So if you are local, whoopsies, there we go. If you're local or you're interested in it, definitely check out their their Facebook page. That's where they're most active. I got all of these for $5, so yeah, I'm really excited about that. So let's get started with this. The first one that I picked up is Lost at Sea, and this is by Brian Lee O'Malley. You might know him from Scott Pilgrim. I absolutely love that series. It's one of my favorite series, and I absolutely love the movie too. This is, I believe, his first graphic novel that he came out with. This is like a coming of age type of story with the kind of fantasy type elements like Scott Pilgrim has. This is about a girl named Riley or Rayleigh. She believes that a cat stole her soul, and she kind of goes on this cross-country kind of journey, I guess, searching for herself type of thing, and she ends up going on this cross-country adventure with a bunch of her classmates that she doesn't even know. It sounds really cute. Like I said, I really enjoy Scott Pilgrim, and when I saw this on there for $5, I had to grab it. The next one I got is actually a book. These are small stories, and it's Hellboy Odd Jobs. Like I said, this is actual books. I think there's some pictures in here. Yeah, there's a few pictures in there, but this is, I believe, just different short stories. Like I've said, Hellboy is my absolute favorite, so I wasn't gonna not get this. The next one is also a Hellboy. This one is a graphic novel. This isn't part of the actual series. These are like other stories outside of the actual Hellboy kind of arc. I don't know how many there are of these, but I have wanted to get them. I've read them before, but like I said, I really want to start collecting all the Hellboys in physical form because I do have them digitally, and he's my favorite, so I would love for him to, love to have him on my shelf. And if I can get him for $5, I'm totally not gonna not get them. The next one isn't for me. It's for my brother. He is a huge Godzilla fan. He has been since he was little. I absolutely fucking can't stand Godzilla. I have tried. I've grown up watching him. I've seen every Godzilla movie known to man, and I still can't stand it. But we happen to be talking the day that they did the live sales, that he said if they ever came across a Godzilla to grab one. Lo and behold, they had a Godzilla. So I'm an awesome sister, so I got him some Godzilla. The next one is, these are two because they go together. These are Thor. These are, I believe, the full run for these. This has to do with, I've read some Thor. I haven't read a lot, but they said these go together and they're kind of standalones. That somehow Asgard starts floating over a small town in, where is it? And of course it doesn't say on there, but I don't know. Like I said before, when it comes to comic books, like superhero comic books, I'll go on like Wikipedia and like find out what happened right before, a small run goes, because I don't really, it doesn't matter to me. I can catch up pretty easy. So yeah, I was excited. They said they were cool. I really liked the artwork in them, and I probably won't be able to find the page in here, but there was one that was really cute that they showed it. Oh, here it is. This is with Asgard kind of floating over it, and the people, in town don't really know what to do about it, so they make them a mailbox. I thought it was really cute. So I thought I'd give it a shot, and like I said, they were $5 each. The next two are part of a series that I'm actually reading the first volume for the Make Your Myth Taker readathon. I kind of read the first page just kind of give myself an idea about it, and I'm like, okay, I'm really gonna like this. And lo and behold, same day I started that one, they put up the other two in this series up for grabs for $5, and that is Descender. This is volumes 2 and 3. 3 is actually autographed, which I thought was awesome. So I can't wait to get to these. Like I said, now that I have them, I'm really excited about that, since I have the first one already and I knew I was going to definitely want to pick up the rest. And again, $5 each. Could not beat that. The next one is a horror comic. This is like this goes to another series, but it's a standalone. It goes by itself as well. I've never read the original series, but I do want to pick it up because I've heard it is fucking disgusting. Like, it's a horror comic and it's about zombies, and I've heard that the art and everything is just fucking gnarly as hell, and I definitely want to check it out because I love gore. This particular one is done by a different artist and everything, but it takes place 100 years after the first one, and the first part of the series is when the zombies, I believe, are still, people are surviving through the zombie apocalypse. This takes place 100 years after that. And that is crossed 100. That's one thing about these things, they just reflect absolutely everything. They said this one isn't as gory as the original ones, so it sounded cool, and I do want to check out the original, so why not? This has to do with, like I said, 100 years after a zombie apocalypse, so people are kind of living in a new world, but I guess some shit starts happening again. Like, I don't really know what it's about, but I just heard gore and I just automatically said I wanted it. So, hey. This next one is another horror one, and it sounds fucking disgusting, and I cannot wait to get into it because it has to do with one of my absolute favorite things. That is Nailbiter. I'm just going to read what it is about because it sounded freaking gross, and I can't wait to start this one. It says, Buckaroo, Oregon has given birth to 16 of the vilest serial killers in the world. An obsessed FBI profiler investigating the town has suddenly gone missing, and now an NSA agent must work with the notorious serial killer Edward Nailbiter Warren to find his friend and solve the mystery of where do serial killers come from. So basically, there's this small town in Oregon that they have had more serial killers come out of that particular town than anywhere else in the world. And this particular one, Edward Nailbiter, he is known for biting the nails and part of the flesh of his victims. I love anything to do with cannibalism. Hannibal is one of my absolute favorite TV shows. I have like a whole shrine on my wall dedicated to it. But I've always been really just fascinated by cannibalism. Like, I love anything to do with movies, TV shows, comics, anything that has cannibals or zombies in it, you can count me in. So when I just heard cannibalistic, I knew I was going to grab this, but the more I've kind of like read to find out what this is about, I cannot wait to get into it. And I do plan on getting the rest of the series now because I can't wait to start it, and I want to be able to kind of just read all of it. This is volume 1. So this one I will probably start as soon as I get a chance, because like I've said, I'm pretty backed up with my TBR right now because of the Make Your Myth Taker readathon. But as soon as I get a moment, I am diving into this one. The next one is a good chunk of them, so I don't know if I should show them all at once or not. I think I'll just kind of pick it up. This is a series. I have read the first volume, but I read it years ago. I still have it on my shelf. I do plan on reading the first volume again because I can't remember a lot. I know the series used to be pretty popular. I don't know if it still is, though. And that is the Wicked and the Divine series. This has to do with it's kind of a curse that's set around these group of kind of kids or teenagers where they're all reincarnated gods and goddesses, and after so many years they're all set to die, and they die before I think they die when they're like 17 or something like that. I can't remember. Like I said, I read the first one. I remember really liking it. I always wanted to read more of it, but they were kind of expensive, and that was kind of when I fell out of graphic novels for a while. They had one, but I already had one, so I didn't have to buy it. I got volumes 2 through 7. Like, these are $15 usually each. I got them for $5, so I knew as soon as those went up, I was grabbing the whole lot. I cannot wait to start these again, especially having, I think the series might still be going. I'm not 100% sure, but that is a good chunk of them. So yeah, I am excited to get back into this one. Like I said, I remember it was really popular. I don't know if it still is or not, but I could not beat the price, and I'm really happy about that. So yeah, those are all of the ones that I just got. Our live sales are like so dangerous for me. I was supposed to be on a book buying ban. That did not happen. Book buying ban. That didn't happen at all. Because as soon as I'm like, okay, I'm good. Because they weren't doing too many of the indie comics. They were doing more of the superhero ones for a while there. And I'm not caught up on anything really superhero wise. So I don't really tune into those. Or I'll watch them, but I don't really buy anything. I think the only ones I've gotten for those was the Thor. And that was because it was like the standalones that kind of like went together, and it was volume 1 and 2. I usually watch the indie one, but they hadn't done it. So I had been safe. And then they announced the indie one. And I had to stop myself because there was another series in there that I wanted, that they had not the whole run, but a good chunk of it. And that is Chew eating. That one has to do with he's a detective. It's kind of Hannibal-esque. He's a detective that, I can't remember the name of the kind of power that he has, kind of like he eats a part of a person, he gets their memories and stuff, and he's a a detective, and that's how he kind of solves the crimes and stuff. I read the first volume. I really enjoyed it. I always wanted to get back into it, but I never did. But I had bought The Wicked and the Divine right before he put those up, so I went with those instead of the other ones. I was really tempted to, but I didn't need to buy that much. Like I said, I'm supposed to be on a book buying ban. I say that while I just did a whole other order on Amazon because they had a buy 2 get 1 free deal going on. So yeah, I still have to do my book haul, quarantine book haul video. I am hopefully going to film that right after this one, but I am kind of waiting for the rest of that other stuff because I just want to do it as one big video. But the rate I'm going and the way I keep buying books, it might be easier just to do it in smaller chunks, because yeah, it's getting kind of big. So that is my second graphic novel book haul. If you're interested in any of those, definitely, drop a comment below, and I would love to know which ones you'd want to read. Like I said, I'm really interested in the horror when it comes to graphic novels. I love the horror one. That's why the Nailbiter is probably the first one that I might pick up, because I am super excited for that. But that is it for now. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, and happy reading. Bye.